That's never a good sign.
What kind of argument?
When you hear Joe Flacco just in the middle of an argument, it can't be good.
Whoever made set just screamed Joe Flacco lost the argument. I don't even know what it was, but they lost.
It's been a long afternoon.
It has been. What's up, everybody? Welcome into a Sunday edition of the pregame show. Sunday
is Succession night. So guess who's up? Guess who's ready to go? I'm ready to rock.
That's like the best day of the week for you?
Yeah, dude. Succession rules. Nuggets game, Succession back to back. Text Harrison, just see how it's going later tonight.
You want to watch it together later?
Dude, let's do it.
Oh, wow. This is exciting. Guys, I got Brendan in the house over here.
What's up, guys? We look pretty good tonight.
We all do?
Yeah.
We're all wearing dark, that's why. I got the man with the wind in his hair.
Dev looks like he's dressed for a freaking monsoon, though.
He looks like an AAU basketball coach, I would say. Looks like he's about ready to scream at some kids.
I see what's happening here. We're against me.
We are against
getting
you.
invited to the Succession watch off, and now we're just going to just.
Are you in on
bag
Succession?
me. I don't know what it is.
That's not surprising.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
I honestly haven't got on board yet either. I like it. I watched like 4 episodes. I like it. I don't have any time. I don't have any time to watch shows.
Yeah.
I don't watch anything. We are presented as always by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Use promo code DNVR whenever you do sign up. Where's it at? Over here. Boom. Right down there. Later on, we're going to make some bets, which might be, by the way, the best way to enjoy the show. Actually, I'm going to throw might out. Probably the best way to enjoy this game tonight is to have something besides the win-loss to root for. I'm not saying Denver won't win. I'm just saying give you a little extra hope.
It can't hurt to have Facu over rebounds. You know what I mean? Like, it can't hurt.
Wow. That's probably not where I'm going right away. I love you stating Facu. I really love it.
It's just the rebound thing,
You
man.
might. Do you ever
money.
consider, like, should I switch to Marcus?
No.
No, you don't ever.
Sorry, Marcus.
All right. Well, I didn't know. We got some fun stuff. The Nuggets start a road trip. I'll explain what I mean by that here in a little bit. Also, one of the greatest pukes in the history of puking happened in the Kings game the other day.
Yeah. The greatest NBA-related puke I've seen in a while.
It really is. It really is a top 5 all-time puke. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, share personal stories of when we may or may not have puked ourselves. Can't wait for that. And then, of course, the bets. But we start, as we always do, with some game notes. Harrison, what did Michael Malone have to say in his pregame commentary?
Let me just get some stuff out of the way first. The Suns tonight, 12-3. They're on an 11-game winning streak. Nobody is talking about the Phoenix Suns, but they're on an 11-game winning streak.
You know how mad we would be if the Nuggets were on an 11-game winning streak and they got as little coverage as they've gotten so far?
Full
We'd be so-
smug life, man.
So annoying.
Honest to God, if you told me you thought the Phoenix Suns were the best team in the NBA, I'd be like, you have a very strong argument.
Well, I was actually going to say they haven't exactly played a murderer's row of opponents.
Neither has Golden State, who's the only team with a better record.
Sure. I think Golden State and Phoenix have 2 of the 3 easiest schedules in the league so far. But the Suns are red hot. 11-game winning streak. They got the number 3 ranked defense in the NBA. It's going to be tough because the Nuggets are without Nikola Jokic tonight. He's going to miss his 2nd straight game with that wrist injury.
Third miss in 4 games, 1 from suspension.
We were so spoiled with how long we went
so
without even needing to consider that as a possibility.
Yeah. The good news is he did warm up a bit in Phoenix tonight. I didn't see him do any warm-up Friday before the Nuggets took on the Bulls, but he did get out, do a little bit tonight, so it seems like he is trending up. But a wrist injury, especially a right wrist injury, is probably one of the tougher injuries to play through for a player like Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
Probably up there with like the toughest injuries to play through. So
Never forget when he did it in the Clippers series. He was on the injury report, sprained right wrist, dropped a near triple-double the next night. They took him right off the injury report.
Yeah. I don't know if it was as bad as this one currently
Probably
is,
not.
but
Yeah.
Malone did have a couple interesting things to say in the pregame. He was talking about Mikal Bridges. This is what he had to say about Mikal Bridges. He's a guy I love to watch because he never stops moving. He's not a good cutter. He's a great cutter.
Yeah. It's true.
It is.
Also, I'm not at all surprised that Malone loves Mikal Bridges. Like that was a lock.
We talk about our roster envy.
Yeah.
I'm sure that
For
pops
sure.
up.
Malone was talking about the rebounding as well. Denver got out-rebounded 50-38 by Chicago on Friday. The Bulls had 17 offensive rebounds, leading to 18 second-chance points. They need to do a much better job rebounding, of course. Malone said they played zone for 20 possessions in that Bulls game. They forced a lot of misses, but couldn't rebound out of the zone without Nikola Jokic. So that's
that is
something
one of
to
the
keep an eye on
challenges, though.
tonight.
Rebounding out of a zone is difficult. It's different, I should say. I mean,
it is different.
It is one of the things you have to adjust.
It is different, yeah. Malone was talking about the down shooting numbers and the increased physicality, if that has anything to do with it, or if the new ball has anything to do with it.
I bet he loved that.
I
love
love
he
Michael
loved that
Malone,
question.
guys.
Yeah, he
he
definitely
goes,
loved that
I
one."
don't buy into any of that. It's a round ball. Put the ball in the hole.
Fair
Just a
enough.
phenomenal quote. Just a phenomenal quote.
All righty. Denver 2-0 Phoenix.
That would be
Has the game started?
This would be the season series after the Nuggets.
Denver
win tonight.
Smuggets, man, really leading in. I think since that account was started, Nuggets 0-3.
Yeah.
Not blaming you. Just saying.
Smuggets for real.
We either
might
got to
be
blame
cursed.
that account
Smuggets?
or we got to blame D-line.
I would
One of the
I
two.
would way rather
I would
blame
rather
D-line.
blame This account's been killing.
By the way, we
D-
pointed
we
to
are.
D-line, who is literally 5 feet away from
He
us.
down
can
there.
probably hear us right now.
Too drunk to do the
Darren.
show.
I blame
Too
him on
drunk.
everything. It don't even have anything to do with basketball.
So
I just
true.
blame him for things.
Yeah. The other thing Malone hit on, and this has gone a little under the radar, but Bones, of course, injured his ankle in that Dallas game. He also suffered a hip injury, too,
Yikes.
which he's been on the injury report with. And so I think that's contributing to his struggles. Malone mentioned that, but thinks he'll bounce back eventually. So, yeah, Bones has had a couple really rough games in a row. And if that bench unit wants to break out and have some consistency, it kind of starts with him and Will Barton. So we'll see.
Had no fear from the Smuggets. I love it. He has no fear.
I love it. That's all I got.
That's all you got tonight. Bones, it is interesting because, you know, one of the questions about him is his size. And when everybody wanted him to start from game number one of the things I always said was, Malone knows how hard 82 games is. I wonder if he wants to slow play it, this or that. He only played like 6 games, and he's already got 2. He's banged up
Yeah.
two different ways. And when you watch him play, it's not that much of a surprise. He is a pretty fearless player, but he is so little that when he does get switched onto any type of big player, they just like, he's like a pancake.
Totally. And I've also picked up something else with Bones. I don't know if you guys have noticed this. If you look at Bones' shooting form, there's a lot of stuff he needs to clean up in his shooting form. His knees almost touch when he shoots threes and free throws.
Yeah.
He has a huge bend in his knees. His toes are pointed. There's like a lot of stuff he can clean up, and like I wonder if that stuff could down the line like contribute to some injuries too.
Yeah, he's just really small and frail, but he's also aggressive, and I think that that's a part of the reason that he's in the league is just because of that mindset. But now he's around all these other bigger guys. He's playing a lot more games. Like there is going to be a lot of wear and tear on that.
You have a least favorite song, Dev?
Do I have a least
Is
favorite
it
song?
this one?
I like the song.
Okay.
See, for me, this might be my single least favorite song. Don't Stop Believing.
Really
really hate
because
it.
of how people play it.
It's just
That's
like, and
wha-
there's
that's-
and it's like the drunk end of
Dude.
night. Everybody's
That's a wagon wheel for me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we all know a third of these lyrics.
That's a good.
Sick. Yeah.
And it's just like a happy little song
Right.
that if you're not in the mood for that, you're just like,
Just like get out and you
Yeah.
know, coming from the Northeast, I'm never in the mood for happiness. Get that out of my face.
We've also got the starters if you guys want them.
let's hear them.
Yeah, let's
Same
hear 'em.
ones?
Monte Morris, Will Barton, Aaron Gordon, Jeff Green, and Jamichael Green.
All right, well, I'll see you guys
Dos
later. I'm gonna walk
Verdes
home.
together in the starting lineup, guys.
Lock of the night.
Here we go.
Suns
Here
minus
we
30 in
go.
the first quarter.
This season is tough, guys. It's been tough out the gate, man. We're in purgatory over here. We have to do things like this and then evaluate the team. Like tonight, it's like,
Yeah,
what
real
are the
fun.
Nuggets?
Yeah.
The good news is the Grand Rapids Gold is playing right now, actually, in Chicago.
Flacco update.
I haven't checked in since halftime. He started at center tonight, was playing okay. Lance Stevenson's having a game, though.
If he was only healthy, he might have started tonight at center. We might have
Kind of
Flacco
started at
starting.
center tonight.
Flacco Janchar, what a bummer, man. Whatever. F it. Nuggets, no excuses. Malone going into no excuses mode. It's like he knows. What are they, 9-7? It's like, hey, it's time to start winning games you're not supposed to. You just
Yeah.
gotta
Just
make
gotta
up
find a
for
way.
it. So we'll see if the Nuggets can do it. Let's move on to the road trip. I should have told you to put it in quotes, Kale. That's my fault. Because here's the deal. The Nuggets play 9 of their next 10 on the road. It's a 2-game road trip. Then you come home for 1 game.
Oh, you got Milwaukee, too, at home.
And it's
That's a nice
Milwaukee.
little
Yeah,
present waiting
That's
for you
fun.
at Ball Arena.
Yeah.
That's technically so. The thing that's hard about the road is the travel. When you come home for 1 game, it's kind of like being on the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You almost would
travel
rather
to
not
home,
come
then
home
you
for that
travel
game.
away after the
Yeah,
game. It's
for
just
sure.
So the Nuggets basically are going to be traveling for 10 games straight, even though one of those games is technically home.
Yeah.
It's traveling. And by the way, the 7 actual road games after the Milwaukee game is the longest road trip of the season. So here we are at the most difficult stretch. and the Nuggets are down 3 starters. And now the question is, and I'll throw this to you, Dev, what is a realistic expectation?
Jesus.
Let's not let them off the hook and say, oh, this or that. But what's realistic for the Nuggets during this stretch here?
So for the next, 9 games?
Yeah, it's 10 games. 10 games.
10 games, 1 at home, 9 on the road.
10 games. So usually I'm like upbeat, positive going into these type of games, but right now they're not even playing with their best player. So their top 3 players are out right now. The MVP in the league is out right now, and it's a tough stretch. Realistically, like a positive would to go 500.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say.
And I don't think they go that. That's
so. If we go through the list here, and by the way, we're just playing all the drunk bar hits. Like this is a really drunk Sunday.
This is
here.
the end of a Sunday, NFL Sunday. Like this
karaoke
is
songs.
That's what's
just
going
like
on.
also sing it here. You're right. Only know some of the lyrics.
I have a feeling D-Line put on all of these too.
Definitely
This
did.
is
He
definitely
did.
him.
All right, here we go. At Phoenix tonight, at Portland, home versus Milwaukee, at Miami. So if you just go those 4 games, they're probably underdogs in all of them. The at Portland game is the only one that maybe they aren't.
Yeah.
Unless Jokic comes back. Then
Well, that's the other thing, right? We don't actually know. I think we're bracing ourselves for a Jokic-less winter, but we don't know. I mean, he could be back by that next game. And then at that point, are you supposed to win a lot of those games? No, but that's what having one of the best players in the world is all about.
realistically, what do you think they go in those 4 games?
I like the Portland game.
I don't like any of
TNT.
them.
It's TNT. Maybe, Yoke comes back for the TNT game, and you like that one. I like it, too. Home against Milwaukee right after that's a tough one. You do get 3 days off before that.
Well, then maybe Yoke's back for that one, right? So you feel better.
If they win a game of those 4, it's probably the Milwaukee game.
2-2 to me feels like the most optimistic.
Yeah,
You
I
say
would say-
2-2,
yeah,
it's like, man, they did a good
Yeah.
job. They weathered a little storm here.
Yeah.
What do you think they actually go?
1 and 3.
1-3.
I think they go 1-3. You too?
No, I don't think they get any of
Do you
them.
think they go 0-4? Oh, God. After that, you've got at Orlando, at New York, at Chicago, at New Orleans. So you break up those four as well. I mean, look, Orlando, not that great. New Orleans at the moment, not that great. But, again, both of those coming on the road, like in the middle or towards the end of a long road trip.
An
Again,
early
2
game in New York. The Nuggets always get the 11 a.m., 1 p.m. start in Madison Square Garden.
The 11 a.m.
Every
game.
single time
Oh my
they get
God.
that one.
You're right, they do. 2-2 is again like optimistic. You're looking at this stretch and you're thinking 4-4 is kind of unlikely, but if they did that, you'd be like, sweet, 4-4. And then you close out. Here's what's the dumbest: at San Antonio on the second night of a back-to-back on your 6th game of a road trip. Like the Nuggets might just punt that game. Honestly, that's the biggest schedule loss on the entire season. Game 6 of a road trip on a
God.
back-to-back. By the way, you start this road trip, if you just map it out, you start in Miami, the southeasternmost point. You go up to New York, over to Chicago, down to New Orleans, and over. You basically circle the country.
What did the Nuggets do to the schedule makers?
I don't know, man.
The second half is there's a reward at the end of this rainbow.
That's the thing. You get through this tough part, and then, as I put out the other day, you have the easiest schedule in the back 56 games of everybody in the NBA. So you do kind of get them all here, but I'm with Dev. I look at this 10 games, and I go 5-5. Would honest to God at this moment, I would give that an A grade. 5-5. I'd be like, wow, they did
5-5 would be incredible.
Yeah, it would.
It would be unbelievable if they went 5-5 over these 10 games.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's
the
throw
only
a
thing
parade.
is some of those road games are winnable. And I know on the road sucks.
Sure.
I know the trips suck, but
Orlando,
some
New
of the teams
Orleans,
do
San
as well.
Antonio the
Yeah.
second time.
And look, I mean, this is
Portland
all
even
about
maybe?
Yoke, right? I
Yeah.
think if Yoke's back, they've got a great chance to win any one of those games. I'm not saying they'll win them all, but so it's hard to gauge without knowing that. I mean, I think the first bunch of those games is way tougher than that middle stretch.
Yeah.
We don't know this, but that's 10 games. Michael Porter, does he play in that 10-game stretch? What does he look like? Is it on the road? Of course, we know how difficult it is for unvaccinated players to be on the road. So is it hard to join?
They go to New York for one of these games too.
Yeah,
I'm
he
going to go
would-
to New York for that game. Which game is that?
It's coming up.
He would
It's
be
on
able to
December
play
4th.
there. It's just Toronto where he can't play, right?
Yeah, but the point is still that he would have to be isolated from the team. We know all the strict rules you have here. So rejoining the team when you're not really allowed to even be around each other for that stretch, it's just tough. But maybe you do get through the stretch and then you get a Michael Porter back, and it's like, okay, you
Right.
survived purgatory.
Right.
Now you open the door and find out heaven or hell. We don't know yet. We kind of get to start where things matter. It feels like the Nuggets are Rolling Stones right now, not gathering any moss.
Nice. Wow. I don't really know what that means, but I like it.
It's just that there's nothing like there's no traction to anything they're doing. It's like every game you either win or lose, and then it doesn't matter.
Sure,
and then
yeah,
the next
I know
game
exact-
happens, and,
yeah, I know
and it
exactly
just
what you
feels
mean.
like. And I feel like these next 10 games are the same. Do I expect the Nuggets to be galvanized over this? Not if they're not healthy, and they need to get healthy, like some key pieces. But once it's over, 10 games from now, the season can kind of begin where it's like 56 games. Let's start to figure some things out. Let's start to get Michael Porter integrated, this or that.
They're 2 games above 500 right now. So if they go, if they just go 4-6 on those 10 games, and they're at 500,
Right.
And then it's just like, okay, we're at 0-0.
Right.
Let's start the season over. Let's get Michael Porter back. Yoke's healthy.
Try to get a winning streak going. You
Yeah.
know, a little 6-game winning streak. where it's like you feel
Start
good.
even again.
Yeah, especially with trying to get the whole team back. Also, I'm not going to say that they're going to punt games, but just to go into those games knowing we have the full gang back. We have a new sense of life in the middle of the season, and to just try to get some momentum off of that, I think would have to be the mindset.
Before we move on, I got to remind everybody we got playback tonight. So use that same link, getplayback.com/room/DNVR_Nuggets. If you don't know it, hit up the DNVR Nuggets Twitter account. We'll send you a private link.
Check that right
Of
now.
course, DNVR members already have it and have been joining us. If you want to watch the game along with me, and by the way, my guy Espo today, you're going to want to follow that link. We'll have a really good time doing it. It will make the most of it tonight.
Oh, he's coming on?
He's coming on. Go ahead and show me. He's hilarious. Go ahead and pull up the video, Kale. We have a video.
fan
Yesterday
cube?
was an all-timer around the association, you guys. The Kings playing host at Golden One Arena, playing host to the Utah Jazz. And a fan sitting courtside, as seen right here, just in total shame and bewilderment, vomited all over the court. I've never seen this
If
before.
I had to watch a Kings game this close, I might vomit also.
I love the drunk face. First of all, did his friends abandon him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
His friends were like, I am getting out of here.
You got to abandon him at that point.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a terrible. You
Yeah.
too?
Absolutely. What
I
am I
like
going to
the-
sit around for?
Hold on. Are
think I'm
you
gonna rub
your
his
friend?
back?
Your friend
I'm
throws
abandoning
up
the hell
courtside.
out of
Are you
him.
getting out of there and being like, I'm not in the clip here?
Courtside on TV, I might bail. Yeah.
I'm like, I
Hang
don't
on.
know this
Hang
dude.
on.
There's no chance I would ever bail out a
What
friend
would you
at that
do?
moment.
Wait, which friend though?
Dude, you just try to get him out of there.
You know
get
what I
his ass
mean?
out of there. It's like,
Man.
there's no saving that. You just got to get out of sight.
I'm going back to the Lexus Club.
Club, you're like, hey, get home safe.
I'm going to get another drink.
No, man, you get the guy an Uber. It's tough, man. It's tough.
That's really what your inner circle of friends are. Who are the guys you would stay with?
That's
if
true.
That happens.
That's true.
And then you're kind of like, I know this dude. He's cool. You bail on that.
Poor guy, man, got bailed on by everybody. He's sitting there, court. You see the look like he literally does he know. He probably didn't know till he woke up this morning that he's now famous.
He was
Yeah.
that drunk where he didn't even know what was
I
happening.
mean, who just sits there? There's
just
like,
sat
if
there.
you vomit, if you vomit on the
Yeah,
court,
you gotta leave
If
after
you're
that.
coherent,
Well,
if
they
you
kicked
vomit
him
on the
out.
floor, you get up and like run away.
Oh, he tried to
You
play
just
it
get
off.
out
He
of-
tried to-
he's-
yeah.
Because he's so drunk. He's
So
just
no,
like,
yeah, thanks, guys.
maybe nobody will know what's going
Thanks.
on here. Like, oh
Yeah.
man, I feel so.
Literally,
so
it's just
dizzy.
a one shot on him, and there's a 20-minute delay.
We've got an important injury update ourselves right here.
We do.
Uh-oh. What's happening?
Zeke, G-Line is out drunk. Yes, he is. He's very. I love that he'll make graphics for that.
Yeah, thanks, Eric.
Yeah, he's out. He's drunk.
Did Eric get that graphic approved?
Yeah, got it. All right.
Can we shut his Twitter down for the night?
So, I wanted to ask, in light of this great moment, your all-time worst pukes.
Man, there's a lot of them.
Everybody's had one, especially it's usually college. You've had some
There's
kind
a
of
lot
like,
of
oh
them.
man, you have one.
Mine was pretty recent.
Really? It's like last Thursday.
The last wedding I went to, we had a big family brunch at the hotel lobby the next morning, and I may or may not have puked into my cup.
Oh,
that I
well, hey,
was
that's not
drinking.
too bad.
That
That's
was
better
really
than that
smooth.
guy. That's
It was
covert.
really smooth, yeah, and then you just dump it outside, no one notices. But I felt a lot of shame. Just
lot
like
of
my closest family, my grandmother, and I'm just puking into a cup. I felt a little too old for that, but
That's brutal. Mine was so I was once in this relationship. Right? It was my first year of college, but it was like second semester, so I had just transferred or whatever. I went to UNC Northern Colorado Greeley.
Shout out.
Everyone was shout out the Bears. Everybody was in town, because we just went through the whole transfer, or just like the second semester. All of her friends came into town. They're like forcing me to drink. I don't drink. That's just I don't like shots. took too many shots. She had to take care of me the entire night. All of her friends are there. They're like, "Oh, this guy's a loser." It didn't last long.
You can't not feel like a loser if you puke.
Oh, you have to.
Unless you're just if you're not a puke and rally expert, that's like the only way out of it.
Yeah.
We should
Such
probably
frat
go to
energy.
Kale, who busted his entire face at the company wedding.
That was off the record, Vogt.
Yeah, wow, sharing.
No,
sharing
it was
secrets.
on the record once
These
Kale put his
friends are-
face on the broadcast.
These
and
guys
it was
are brutal.
bloody.
You got one?
I do have one. It was mid beer pong game, actually mid turn.
Mid-turn. Yeah. That's tough.
It was in a kitchen. There was a sink directly behind me, though. So my partner was actually shooting. I just quick turned to the sink, puked, came back, took my shot.
There we go. Puke and rally.
Probably hit it.
You are so frat. If people don't know, Harrison has like his frat energy is so strong. It's hidden. It's
It
very
is.
hidden,
Oh, yeah,
but it's
subtle,
like it's the
but
wildest.
it's-
It comes out of like he gets the hat backwards sometimes, and you're just like, oh wow,
He's a different person.
you
He
see-
has multiple. I'm like,
He's got the Lyle Lovett look,
He's done
you know,
the
like
cool one.
buttoned up, very. Then he's got the backwards hat
Yeah,
frat.
you ever
look.
see him on the weekend? You're like, whoa, look at this guy.
Channing Tatum, like full bro. People, you guys will be not amazed to learn this because I have
You've never puked.
I have because I have a weak heart and because I am so tall. Every time I puke, I faint.
What?
This is a true story. Puking for me is extremely dangerous, and I have
Oh my
I have
God.
collapsed many times.
Wow. Probably shouldn't give you that much Rocky.
Yeah,
then.
dude, no,
This
we
is
should
why I don't
definitely
love
give
the
him-
drill. Or, I don't have
I gotta
It's a
see
true
this.
story.
hold
Really
on.
true story.
And
How quickly after you throw up do you pass out?
No,
'Cause that's-
as I'm passing out.
It's just immediate.
as you're throwing up, you just black out.
It's a true story. It's a true story. Blackout. and
Imagine
just
if
boom,
that
just
is what happened to that guy at the Kings game.
He's
Imagine
just
if he
sitting
was
there, just like
passed out with just puke on him.
Kale, I got to bail you out too. I also had a hard time at that wedding. The next morning, I walked back to my car and I had to stop and puke in front of a college tour.
Oh,
Like literally next to them.
is that a senior? What's going on?
Yeah, like, he looks a little old.
Dude, Brandon's wedding, the whole company just got like a 10 out of 10 level drunk.
man.
Like it was really if anybody had
Good
seen
times.
us, what the hell is this company? Everybody just went up to
Good
way up to
times.
here. It was a great
Yeah.
time. All right, everybody's favorite segment here. We got to move on.
Let's go.
We got a super chat. It feels like the majority of the Nuggets are banged up already, either injured or playing through injuries. Is that normal in the NBA?
Well, it's normal for the Nuggets.
Yeah, it certainly feels normal at this
It
point.
does feel normal. Here's the thing, man. They started with one big piece injured, so I think it feels more because you were starting from like already down and
Right, the
your
chain
second most important.
reactions are-
So now, if you were down 2 starters, like then you'd be like, okay, that's a lot, but whatever. Down 3, it just feels like insane. So I would say slightly yes, but also Nuggets have played the most games of everybody. Most back-to-backs. It's kind of part of what happens here.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some bets here. Let's win some money.
All right, so just taking a look at the line, it started earlier at -7. Suns favored. It is now up to Suns -11.
Whoa.
11D.
Dude, I might take
As soon as they got the
might take the
Jokic
Suns
news,
and the
they was
points.
just like, hey, this team's on a huge streak. This team is struggling. Let's see what happens. I don't like that line. 11 is a lot of points. Wouldn't be shocked if they lost by that much. Wouldn't be shocked if they kept it close.
Should we take it just so that we all have like a little, hey, let's root for this 11.
real
Nobody
screaming
beats
11,
us by
11 is a
fourth
lot.
quarter.
Like we
11
could
is
take
a lot.
We
I'm
can
taking
take
it. I'm
plus
taking it.
11. We can
What I would
take it.
advise people
Damn,
at
look
home
at
is
us.
if you get a live
Down
bet, just
bad.
wait till they go down like 4 or 6 points. It's gonna go up to like 17. You know, so you could take it at a better line. We should take it 11 since it's before the game.
All right,
and
I'm
make
taking
fun.
it. I'm putting a tiny unit on it.
Player props, like the 2 guys that we know, if Jokic is not in, who are gonna try to score. Will Barton,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's gonna
they
try to score.
They have to go through him. They have to like give him the ball and just let him go. His line right now is at 17.5.
Pretty
Okay.
high.
We also just saw Aaron Gordon have a monster game, his best offensive game while
He's in a
he's
groove.
been with the Nuggets.
Yep.
His line is only at 15.5, and it's plus money.
Mikal Bridges guarding him.
Wow.
With
Jay
Mikal
Crowder
Bridges.
guarding him.
I would think Jay Crowder.
Yeah,
No,
Jay
'cause
Crowder's, big enough.
playing big though. He's playing big tonight. Oh, maybe they have 2 good wing defenders. One of them is going to be completely wasted on JaMychal Green.
So one that I really like,
That's
what
brutal.
I'll make as my lock of the
cool.
game. I'm gonna
Let me hear
take Aaron Gordon over 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists. he's a player that can rebound. Like, he has to try to score. He's just always in those type of spots. I do like him.
I don't like that line, man.
I have to go with it. Another one that I really do like, we already talked about him, I alluded to him a few times. Mikal Bridges is only at 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Even if it's a blowout, they play him so much. He plays like 30 minutes a game, I feel like, so he's going to play no matter what. 17.5 is low.
Secret, I never take your props when you tell me another player.
I'm not only talking to you.
All right.
There's people out there that like
He's mostly not talking to you.
Mostly, yeah, very definitively
Hey, if
not.
anyone's feeling real ambitious, Aaron Gordon 20 points or more tonight, plus 275. That's a little better value than the points, rebound, assists.
I just feel like he was so on fire.
I know that he's
last
going to have
game
9
that
points tonight.
it's
Yeah.
like
Who was that?
he'll
Aaron Gordon.
he had 28, which is a lot, but it just felt like there was like 8 miracles in there.
I agree with that.
So 20's a lot. 20's tough. What else we got? We want to build a parlay? Can we build a parlay?
Parlay.
Yeah, we can. Also, I mean, they have. I'm not sure if you're high on. I just like to look at the Bones Highland one
Yeah, me
every
too.
time. His points, rebounds, and assists is 13.5.
That's really low.
That is super low. But I mean,
Have they had him on
he's doing
points,
it in
rebounds, and
scoring.
assists yet? Is this the first time?
Yeah, this might be the first time.
He's also has a line on threes, 1.5, and it's plus value on the over.
Points is at 8.5 as well. Or we could look at like Monte, see what type of game that he has. His is at 13.5 right now.
I'm taking Bones here for his points, rebounds, and assists. I like it.
What is it?
I want to root for Bones.
13.5.
It's very low. He could get like 6 assists if he's playing any kind of well. You know, if he can make some threes.
Could.
All right, let's get a crazy parlay going. Let's get a crazy single game parlay going. I'm gonna go Aaron Gordon points over 12.5. Let's start slow. Over 12.5.
Okay.
Let's get to threes. I'm gonna go to Bones Highland, and I'm gonna bump this up to. Oh man, they never have Bones Highland threes. All right, I'll go to Will Barton threes, and I'll go to 2+. 2+ threes.
2+.
Okay. Let's go to assists. Let's see who they have for Nuggets on assists. They've got Monte. Let's go 4.5 assists.
Okay.
That's a
Let's go
ton.
4.5 assists. This is all very online. We're already up to plus 285. I got a free bet, so I'm going to use that. And then let's go to game lines. Do we have an alternate spread? Nuggets plus 19.5. Bumps it up to 330.
Plus 19
Yeah, that's
and a
actually a
half.
good one.
Let's go.
They
Plus
should
19
cover
and a
that.
half. I'm
They
putting my
should.
free bet on this. You know what? Why not? I'm in.
Why not? That's
Crazy.
what's the greatest betting advice I've ever heard.
Why not? Aaron Gordon, 12.5 points. Will Barton, 2 threes. Monte Morris, 4.5. All right. 4.5 assists. Let's do it. All right, everybody. I'm heading over to playback. Gonna be there all night. Can't wait to watch the game with you guys. And then, of course, we'll be here. Eric might be sober enough by the end of this to
Might
come
be.
over on. Yeah. Let's put it this way. If the Nuggets win, he's gonna be sober enough for sure. You know? If they lose, he's like, guys, I'm too drunk. But if they
can't
win, he's
do
like, I'm back, guys. I'm back. We'll see you guys all then.